All right, guys, welcome back. We are here to talk about playoff seedings, playoff scenarios, what's going on. We're gonna start, both. We're gonna do both AFC and NFC today. Butch, let's start with the AFC. We got Patriots at number one. I mean, sorry, not Patriots though. Thank God, no more Patriots at number one. Ravens at number one. Chiefs at number two. Third seed, we got Patriots. Fourth seed, we got Texans. Fifth seed, we got the Buffalo Bills, and sixth seed, that Texans. So, our Tennessee Titans. So, Tennessee Titans at New England and Buffalo at Texans. We'll start with who we're thinking is going to go to the next round. Let's start with maybe the Buffalo and the Texans game.
Yeah, that's a really interesting game. No, I mean that's a really interesting game, right? Because the Texans are notoriously fraudulent. Like they're a team that is really good because their quarterback's really good. They do a couple of decent things all right because they have Romeo Crennel, defense coordinator, and he knows good defenses, and he has his veteran guys that play well for him. But they just tend to fail a lot, especially against better coached teams. So, and Buffalo is a better coached team than they are. Like they're a good defense. They're going to be able to stop the Texans for a while. The Bills lost one of their starting cornerbacks. Not sure how bad they're going to miss Levi Wallace, but you got to have two guys when you're playing against most teams in this league, especially in the playoffs, because most teams have two receiving threats. With that said, if Will Fuller doesn't go, which I don't think he will, I don't think he'll be ready in time for the Houston Texans. Houston Texans are going to lose this game. They will lose to Buffalo because Buffalo has enough on them in their run game to do the one thing that the Texans aren't good at stopping. I don't trust J.J. Watt coming back and playing 50% of the snaps to be good enough for them to be able to hold Buffalo down for 4 quarters on offense. I think they'll be able to make enough plays. I say I'll give you a score prediction on this one. I think Buffalo ends up winning this one 24-19.
24-19. Yeah. I'm pretty much there with you. Texans have been inconsistent. They, other than the very beginning of the season, they were winning, and then towards the end, when games have mattered the most, we haven't seen the very best. I think with Fuller just being out, it's caused Watson to not have a lot of receivers he can trust other than Hopkins. Their running game is there, but at the end of the day, it's like nothing to really fear at most point. The offensive line is not playing at a really high level, like not to what they're supposed to, I guess. I mean, I don't know. And it kind of reminds me of the game last year against the Patriots. The offense just lost any way to finding success, and now they're playing against the Buffalo Bills, really one of the best defenses in the NFL. I see the same thing kind of happening how it happened last year. Like it's going to be close maybe in the beginning, and then Buffalo Bills go up about 2 touchdowns, and then that just kind of makes it difficult for them to catch up. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's gonna be like 24-13 Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, okay. I feel you on that. Yeah. As we're talking, I'm taking a look to see at the injury report real quick for Houston. Will Fuller, Jalil Adai, Jonathan Joseph, Jacob Martin, Bradley Roby, Kenny Stills, Laramie Tunsil were all limited in practice. So Will Fuller practiced on Tuesday. They said he was limited. We'll see. I mean, even if he does go, who knows if he plays all 4 quarters.
Exactly. So going on to the next game, which will be Tennessee Titans at New England Patriots. I'm really looking forward to this game. We got a New England Patriots that's going downhill, which is kind of really surprising when they're at this time they're supposed to be peaking. And then we got another Tennessee Titans. It's actually peaking, doing really, really well. Tannehill really took over this offense and really transformed this Titans team to make it a really dangerous team in the playoffs that a lot of teams are probably fearful of. What are your thoughts on this game, and who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, the Patriots are. I think they're cooked. I mean, I look at them and I don't know. I don't know the team that I'm looking at when I look at the Patriots sometimes, because they still have a very good defense, still well coached, they're disciplined, but all of their veteran pieces now look old. like this team looked like they just got old. They're not an old team. They just look like they got old. You go out there, you look at the guys who are missing plays and not playing well for them at times. Tom Brady doesn't look right. He looks like he has a problem, a real problem with his elbow, and that's not helping him out. There's some throws he's not trying to attempt. Threw that pick six against the Miami Dolphins right to Eric Rowe. You saw Julian Edelman over the side, like, who was that? Who were you throwing that to? I mean, they just Patrick Chung on a tight end one-on-one. If Jonnu Smith walks in there, Jonnu Smith can play. For the Titans, they're gonna have to find out who they want to put on him one-on-one. They might get smoked in this one, man. I'm being honest. I say this because knowing that the Patriots are going to find some way to make the game competitive and hold the Titans to under 20 points, and they got something for Tannehill and his running ability, and they're going to key on Derrick Henry and force other. But I'm being honest. If they don't get this figured out in the first half, if they don't figure out how to keep Tennessee below 20 points, they are going to lose this game. Because there is nothing about what they do that shows me that they're able to contain A.J. Brown, who is big. I mean, Devontae Parker gave Stephon Gilmore hell. A.J. Brown could double it for him. He is big and he's 210 pounds as a receiver. Good luck trying to tackle him. But I'm not sure if I want to give the Titans all the credit in the world yet. But I don't see – I think the Patriots will lose this game. I think on Saturday that's going to be the end of their season. I don't think they're ready for this. Mike Vrabel, it comes from that Bill Belichick coaching tree. They know what their tendencies are. So right. I have the Titans winning this one. I don't think it'll be particularly close. I think they drop 30 plus on them. I think they win this one 30 to 20.
Wow. Yeah. It's just really hard to really predict this game. I don't know what Patriots are gonna do, and I'm so scared of them. I don't even want to play them. I don't even want to play them in Kansas City. It's just I don't know what to face. But I will agree with you. Their offense is not right. Tom Brady's not right. He doesn't trust any of his receivers other than Edelman. And Edelman's beat up too. His shoulder's banged up. And they don't even have that extra week to really rest these guys and even game plan. And they're used to that. They're only 3-3 in postseason with one AFC Championship appearance when they're starting from the wild card. So you can tell they don't have a lot of success from this. And this is probably by far the worst team they've had over this long run with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. So, I don't know. That being said, though, this defense can transform. I've seen this this defense just change in postseason, like they did last year when they were just mediocre at best in the regular season and just turn up. I still think Belichick is gonna be a good, still a good coach, but I also think they're gonna put everything they have in this game and then just wing it in the next game, and hopefully they get lucky because I think that's the best way they can go. So. I don't know. I'm not going to go against Patriots on this one, even though I think I should. Even though Titans do have a good game, but I think I think Patriots are going to force some few turnovers in the very beginning, which is going to get them above maybe 14 points. And I think if the Titans can't keep it close, then they can't use Derrick Henry as much, which I think is the main deciding factor towards the end of the game. So I'm actually going to go 28-21 Patriots. But I hope
yeah, okay. Hey, we're all prisoners of our fear when it comes to New England. Oh, it's still Belichick, Brady. It's still some magical pixie dust is going to come out of the sky for the playoffs, and all of a sudden their offense is going to look good enough to be able to put up 28 points. I don't know, Kia. I don't know the last time that they put up 28 points. I imagine that it was some time ago. If they do so, it'll be because the defense once again saved their rear ends and got turnovers, or they got some blocks on special teams or on punts. I just don't see the Titans are equally as good on special teams. They're not going to allow that to happen. They may turn the ball over once or twice, but the defense is so good beyond its pass. The one thing that the Titans can't do is their passing defense. They don't have good corner. It doesn't matter. The Patriots can't throw. They don't have good receiving options. I don't know. That's just me. I believe it. I get it. But I'm telling you, they might not just lose. They might get smoked. and this might end their dynasty. I just don't know where they're going to go after this. That's me.
Right. No, those are all good points, and I definitely agree with you. But yeah, it's the mental thing for me. The Patriots are doing it to me too. Okay, so our prediction. So your prediction is Buffalo Bills will be playing Kansas City, and then Tennessee Titans will be going to Ravens. Hope to see that. So we're going on the NFC. Let's start off with so first off, the first seed is 49ers. Second seed, Green Bay Packers. Third seed is New Orleans Saints. Fourth seed is Philadelphia Eagles. And then we got the fifth seed being
Seahawks.
No, the Seattle Seahawks, and the sixth seed being Minnesota Vikings. Let's start with the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams, Seattle losing a nail biter, bad time management they could have been the top 2 seed, but instead they're now number 5 seed. What are your thoughts on this game? What do you see against two teams that I don't know. I just feel like they both haven't really been too consistent.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's why they're playing in the first weekend. No, they haven't been very consistent. That's an excellent point. That's just tough because the NFC is really good. Like, their worst team in the playoffs right now is the Eagles, and the Eagles, even without some playmakers on offense and defense, they're still loaded.
Right.
DeShaun, one of the storylines in this game is that DeShaun Jackson might come back healthy. And if they get DeShaun Jackson back, it's going to be a tough time for the Seattle Seahawks. Their cornerbacks are going to have to grow up quick. And I worry for the Seahawks, man. They are not controlling the line of scrimmage the way they used to. Their running game without their best running backs is struggling. They try. It's cool to have Marshawn Lynch back. I love Marshawn Lynch. I think he's a great player. I mean, he's not washed, but he's not what he used to be. Robert Turbin, I don't even think he's going to get 10 touches going into this game. They have a lot of issues, Seattle, but they have Russ. I'm telling you, Russ turns it on. He's as underrated a player as the league has ever had. He keeps them alive in games like that. He's the reason why they had an opportunity to beat San Francisco late in that game, couldn't get it done. I have Philadelphia, though. They're just a little too they're the team that I find could really turn it on with their offense, their ability to put pressure on the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think the Seahawks get their running game going at all, and I think they changed too late to be able to trust Russ with the ball, and they end up losing, man. I got the Eagles dropping 30 on them. I got them losing 31-21, dog.
Dang. Yeah, no, I'm kind of not really sure how this game is going to go, but all I can trust is that Philadelphia Eagles are just going to be that one big team in the next 10 years until Doug Peterson is fired on that team. It's just going to be that lingering team that just somehow makes the playoffs and it makes a deep run and it just upsets teams. I feel like that's who they were last year. With the whole, even Nick Foles wasn't even playing the best until he gets into the playoffs and then the team changes. And I see that, team coming back again and just, with Carson Wentz this time and, I don't know. I'm really nervous about the Eagles. I think they can make a pretty deep run. They're just, I think they're just, the coaches are just really I don't know. They just got a good team effort right there. They're just well balanced, well, not well balanced, sorry. They just have a good heart right now. They have resiliency. They just know how to overcome adversity. And that was, shown the last 2-3 years under Doug Peterson. So I'm not going to I think they're going to win as well. I think also, I'm going to go probably, let's see. I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 35. I'm going to go 35-27. I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, they're kind of like that team out of Major League, they have all these great players and then they suck for most of the season. Then they come out like Ricky Vaughn in the 9th, baby, into the playoffs and end up winning.
Yeah, exactly. I know. I was trying to figure out words to explain it. Had difficulty. Next matchup is the Minnesota Vikings going to the New Orleans Saints. We got a very good New England Saints team who I should have been top 2. But they, lost some games that they shouldn't have. And then we got a Minnesota Vikings team who's usually chokes, in the playoffs, especially with Kirk. He doesn't really, they didn't make the playoffs last year, but like they just don't come up in big games usually. So what are your thoughts on this game?
What has Kirk Cousins done in games like these besides be bad? And they're going up against the Saints. This is going to be a bloodbath. There's just not much analysis on this one. I try not, the Vikings, you got to give them some credit because they're in the playoffs. I'm not trying to dog them completely. But what do they do well? They rush the passer all right. That's not going to matter against the Saints. They'll bludgeon them. They can run it on them. They're going to throw it on them. Tron Armstead is going to be healthy. Ryan Ramczyk is healthy. They can hold down Daniil Hunter and Everson Griffin by themselves. They don't need help on that. And even then, Sean Payton's got something cooked up for that defense. He's going to have their heads spinning. With their cornerbacks, what are they going to do with Michael Thomas and Traquan Smith? I say nothing, very little to nothing. I think they get steamrolled when they go out to New Orleans. I see New Orleans drop it. They might make an example of the Vikings and the rest of the NFC. Let them know, oh, you're 2 seed. Oh, the Packers are the 2 seed. Ha 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 ha! Watch us drop 38 on them, and they get ran out of the building. This game could end up being 38-22, something real ugly for the Saints.
Yeah, I honestly agree with you on that. Saints are too hot right now. There's no stopping them, and Minnesota has shown like I don't even know who they are really as a team. Adam Thielen I don't know if he's still fully healthy. Dalvin Cook, I don't even know he's fully healthy. They were resting him for this, but he's shown that like he's pretty injury prone. He hasn't been healthy since he's gotten into the league. Yeah, I just don't think they're as good as the Saints, honestly. Talent wise, going and if you accounting for both sides of the ball, I don't think they're and adding coaching to that part. Saints are just too powerful. I think Saints are going to hit the 30s just because they're just so good, and I don't think that Vikings are ready. I think it's going to be I kind of remember what you say. I'll say like 32-20, 32-21 Saints. So on the NFC side, we agree that it'll probably be the Eagles going to San Francisco or Santa Clara, and then the New Orleans Saints going to Green Bay Packers, which should be a really good game. So that's what we got so far. Butch, any last words or anything you want to add?
Thank you, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm buying your jersey, man.
Yes. But yes, that's all we got though. Good luck to all the teams. See you guys after the postseason. Peace.
Peace.